Joining us right now from Washington is the IMF's first Deputy Managing Director, John Lipsky. Good morning to you, John, and thanks for standing by during that breaking news. Let me ask you to comment on the headline that we just brought you in regard to Moody's now also saying even though Greece is taking some austerity measures, they are still very concerned about the overall environment and the outlook for that country.
Well, you may know that we have a team in Athens right now, today, discussing with the Greek authorities, first of all, to be sure that we understand and they understand the facts on the ground, if you will, the fundamental situation, and then to discuss the economic adjustment and stabilization programs and the associated financing that would make possible a multi-year program of a return of both fiscal stabilization, economic restoration of economic growth, and improvement in Greece's competitiveness. It's a serious situation, but we're engaged in very serious discussions.
We do know that. We're standing by for any insight on that. But this headline would seem to reaffirm what the market is telling us today, which is that there are still real concerns and real doubts as to whether Greece's prime minister can take some of those deep cuts internally in that country and sell that to his populace, cuts that the IMF would like to see that country carry out. I mean, do you believe that we can see those austerity measures happen, or as Goldman Sachs says today, that we will see restructuring?
Well, that's not an option that we're discussing at this time. We're looking at the economic policy measures and the associated financing that would promise a return to stability and prosperity in the Greek economy. The adjustment is going to happen one way or another, as we all know, and we want to make sure with the Greek authorities and with the Greek people that that process is as rapid and as effective as it can be.
We did hear from a German lawmaker this morning that Greece should be prepared to leave the Eurozone right now if it can't push through these savings measures. Do you see that as a real possibility at this point?
That's certainly not on the table. There is no provision within the Maastricht Treaty for such an event, and our discussions are focused on the economic adjustments and associated financing that would restore the Greek economy to health within the context of the Euro economy.
Put this in a global context, would you, sir? Because yesterday we heard from the IMF that your more robust growth outlook is on the table now, but you're still concerned about sovereign debt out there and the degree to which government stimulus is helping to boost some of that growth. Can you make sense of that for me? Because it sounds like you're addressing the issue in Greece, but you're still saying there's a real domino effect possible.
Well, we wouldn't want to exaggerate the scale of the Greek economy or its potential impact on the rest of Europe. It's about 2% of the European economy. What we see is an acceleration of global growth this year to something a bit over 4%, a bit over 2% for the advanced economies, a bit over 6% for the emerging economies. Part of that has represented stimulus efforts, but there's been a big increase in public debt associated mainly with the economic downturn. But that has brought into high relief the medium-term challenges for fiscal balance in most of the advanced economies. Now is the time, as we get past the downturn, as growth is restored, now is the time to look forward to plans that will restore fiscal sustainability in the advanced economies. All
right, before I let you go, can you just give me a quick read on the U.S. economy right now? Is the recession over here in America?
Well, that's the job of the National Bureau of Economic Research to
and you're on
determine
that board, aren't you?
But I'm on the executive committee, not on the business cycle dating committee. However, we see positive growth in the U.S. of more than 3%.